I was scammed by my financial advisor. When I was in high school, I went to the bank to meet with my trusted financial advisor. And when I asked him what should I invest in, he just said, trust me. Little did I know, I was losing thousands of dollars. And after coaching over 100 clients on their personal finances, unfortunately, this is a really common story. And so if you haven't been taken advantage of by a financial advisor yet, you might not even realize that you are. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that financial advisors don't want you to know. How to know if you're being taken advantage of, and how to avoid this so that you can make and keep more of your money. First of all, people think that they're working with a financial advisor when they're actually not. Did you know that when you go to the bank, the person that you meet with actually isn't a financial advisor? You see, when you go to a bank and if you have anything less than $100,000 of money to invest, you're not even going to see a financial advisor. Instead, you're going to see a customer service representative. And this person is a salesperson, which means they don't have to give you financial advice. Instead, they're here to sell you expensive financial products that you probably don't even need. Now, why does this exist? Well, it's because there's a conflict of interest. The way that financial advisors typically get paid is based on a percentage of money that they invest for you. Which means that if you don't have a trust fund and you have hundreds of thousands of dollars just laying around, truth is, it isn't worth their time to work with you. Instead, they'll just send you a salesperson who's just there to sell you expensive financial products. This was me when I was in high school when my advisor sold me 2% GICs, where now I know that I could invest this money and make an average of 8% per year. And so I lost more than 6% per year. And this story isn't uncommon. One of my clients had about $5,000 to $10,000 in credit card debt with a 20% interest rate. And his advisor told him to invest in 2% GICs, which meant that he was losing 18% per year. The hard truth is that people will always have their best financial interests at hand. Financial advisors will always tell you to invest because that's how they make money. Real estate agents will always tell you to buy and sell because they make a commission off of the transaction. And insurance brokers will always tell you you need insurance because that's how they make money. And so that's the reason why the best person to make your own financial decision is you. Because at the end of the day, you will have your back 100% of the time. But this is also why you need to learn how to improve your financial literacy so that you can make educated and informed financial decisions for yourself. But I'm curious, have you ever experienced something similar when working with an advisor at your bank? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, but let's say you get a financial advisor that you actually trust. Are you really safe? Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but you're not. Thing is, mutual fund management fees are extremely expensive, especially in Canada, with an average rate of 2.5%. Now, this might not seem like a lot in the short term, but in the long term, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars. For example, let's say you're investing $10,000 per year for the next 30 years, where you're able to get an average of 8% per year. Well, the difference between investing your money with a financial advisor in mutual funds versus on your own with lower cost management fees is over $500,000. To make things worse, there's a New York Times article that shows that less than 10% of financial advisors are actually able to beat the market. And so what this means is that if you learn how to invest your own money using a simple passive investing strategy that I teach my clients, you have a 90% chance to do better than working with your advisor. One of my clients, Joyce, was working with her aunt, who was a financial advisor. And literally over 8 years, her money hardly even grew. And so I helped her learn and implement a passive investing strategy, where today she has the skills and the confidence to invest her own money, where she's able to get a 7 to 8% return per year on just 1 to 2 hours per month. How confident are you when it comes to actually investing on your own now?
I mean, I'm doing it, so
Yeah.
that's really good.
And so if you want to learn how to invest your own money, but you just don't know where to start, then get access to my free course, Get Good with Money. To get it, just go to michaelleekim.com/start. Now, the last thing that financial advisors don't want you to know is actually from one of my favorite personal finance books, Fastlane Millionaire. And this will blow your mind. The author MJ DeMarco shares that the reason why you shouldn't work with a financial advisor is because there's something called a paradox of practice. Paradox of practice is that financial advisors promote a path to wealth that they didn't even use themselves. Let me explain. Firstly, financial advisors tell everyone that they should be investing in mutual funds. And yet, I know a lot of financial advisors that don't even invest in mutual funds themselves because of the low performance and high management fees. Secondly, financial advisors say that the only thing you need to do to become rich is to save 20% of your income and invest in the stock market. And yet, the way that financial advisors actually become rich is making money off of the investments that they're investing for you. And the reason why they promote this narrative is because without you, they don't have a job. The truth is, yes, investing is important, but investing is only effective when you already have lots of money. For example, if we assume an 8% return per year, if you invest $10,000, you're only making $800. If you invest $100,000, now you're making $8,000. And if you're investing $1 million, now you have $80,000. And so if you don't have a lot of money to invest in the first place, you're not going to get very far by just investing your money. If you come from a low to middle class immigrant family like myself and many of my clients, the way you build wealth will look very different from your friends who come from rich families. And that's the reason why if you truly want to build wealth, you have to do more than just invest your money in the stock market. What I like to say is that life is like a game of Monopoly. But the thing is, most people are trying to play this game without even knowing the rules of the game, which is why you might be finding it hard to build wealth, buy real estate, and get ahead. And so if you want to play and win the game of life, you have to take off your blindfolds and start learning the rules of the game. It's like what Cersei said in Game of Thrones.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
Just kidding, a little extreme, but also kind of true. And so if you want to learn the rules of the game of money so that you can design a life you actually love, then apply to get a free financial assessment with me. Every few months, I open up some spots and we always sell out. But to apply, just go to michaelleekim.com/assessment. Also, if you want to learn about the 3 investing mistakes that you're probably making, then make sure to watch this video right over here.